Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey.
I'm Holly.
Back there is Tucker.
That's me.
And we are in the replacement of the Avalon. This is the all-new to the US 2023 Toyota Crown. We are in the Platinum trim with the HybridMAX powertrain. In this video, we're going to tell you how this large sedan fits our family of three. Spoiler alert, I really like it. Stay tuned. We are in the new 2023 Toyota Crown. This replaced the vehicle my parents recently bought in the Toyota Avalon. It's a big, full-size family sedan with a little bit taller ride height, so it's easier to get in and out of than most sedans. So I ask you, first, why don't we start outside, inside, and then driving impressions. What are your thoughts on the looks of this thing?
Well, it is certainly different.
Yes, it is.
And it has, it's a copper color.
Bronze Age is the name of the color.
Bronze Age color. It's kind of the color of a penny. Are there other color? I mean, I know there are other colors, but are there other fun colors?
I think this is like the most unusual because you've got supersonic red and white and black and stuff like that. Okay. But I do like the two-tone on this one as well. You've got the black hood and the black trunk.
Back. Well, yeah, I will say that I'm not sure that I just love the styling. I do like the two-tone, but it is super aggressive. So I think it is probably like you either like it or you don't like it kind of thing. I do appreciate cars taking risk on the design. Okay. And it wouldn't turn me off of this car. I like it enough. But I go back and forth on if I'm like, oh yeah, it's certainly a striking car. It's not ugly.
It is. It definitely looks like nothing else in Toyota's lineup currently. It looks like nothing else really on the road. We've gotten a lot of comments on my personal Facebook page. I preview what we're driving before posting our reviews and videos of it and such. Certainly has got some curves. I know you like curves.
Yeah,
very voluptuous back end back there.
Yeah.
It's just all the curves and flowing lines overall back there. Kind of a beak-like front too. What are your thoughts on the front being so kind of pointed with the back being rounded?
I like it. I like that aspect a lot. And then the front is one of the black accent areas. So it is there. It's aggressive. It's an aggressive style.
Okay. Moving inside, I have said, I think you agree with me on multiple occasions I have said, this feels more like a Lexus than the last Lexus you and I were in. How do you feel about the interior?
With the styling, I like a whole lot on the inside, and probably one of my favorite things is it's not all flat. So you have like the swoops and the curves. You've got a 3-step here from the dashboard. So I really like that to give it some depth and interesting appeal to it in here. I also like that it's not that gloss black. It's a nice like matte looking black, which makes it look very upscale, stylish with the chrome accents. Oh, is it gold?
Yeah.
I'm going like sunglasses.
Got your sunglasses on at night. But yes, very nice there. Dual zone climate control.
Right.
Heated and ventilated front seats.
That remember. One of your biggest complaints.
Yes, they remember where you had them set the last time you had the vehicle on. So if you had the cooled seat on, it's going to remember, hey, I'm going to turn that back on. Also, an automatic heated steering wheel that you can also manually set. So it comes on when needed, if needed.
Yeah, and I like that there are buttons for all of it. And they're easy to navigate buttons.
Not a lot of buttons, but right there.
But they're right there. The ones that you're going to use the most.
Yep. We've got dual screens up here. I know you're not the biggest fan of digital gauge clusters. What are your thoughts on this one?
I like it. I mean, what I don't like about digital gauge clusters are they're digital. So for a
Yes.
digital gauge cluster, I like it. It's easy to see, and then I also like that it has the speed limit there on the screen for you.
Yep. So very easy
that's
to read, very customizable as well. You can page through a few different options on there. 12.3 inch screen here running Toyota's new interface. There is no like dedicated home screen, which is why we're on this screen. It does have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but for whatever reason, the wireless is not quite working in this one. So to wirely plug in wired to the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It's a USB-A plug here in the center console. You do have USB-Cs throughout the vehicle for charging, but it's still an old school USB-A to interface with the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And this center console, we can go ahead and pivot into storage, is a butterfly opening. Either way, you can open side to side.
Which you like.
Yep. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the storage in here?
It's a little small. The glove compartment is a shelf.
Yeah.
Even though the door opens like a regular glove compartment, but that makes it just a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
The center console, it's decent, but still a little small. I do like it doesn't have it here. Does it have it over there?
No.
Oh, I thought somewhere there's carpeted.
No, we've had that in other
Where is
Toyota
that?
and Lexus products, but not in
I
here.
thought I felt it earlier.
No.
I'm just imagining it then.
We've
Never
been in so
mind.
many.
Never
I'm sorry.
mind.
But big grab holds here that you can store stuff in. Also big openings down here, including for what looks like a big aluminum bottle if you wanted to put that down here.
Yeah.
Couple cup holders here, a little bit of additional storage here. Qi wireless charger right here. Don't know why it's so large. I guess you could put two in here.
I don't know why you would do that, but it certainly wouldn't.
one.
Yeah, it wouldn't charge both of them, but
So, but yeah, I guess that's what they want you to do with it. And then the USB-Cs are hidden behind some storage here. But yeah. Multiple,
all right.
Multiple different drive modes. But before we get into that, why don't we talk about backseat space and putting Tucker's child seat in, how that affects me riding up here. Okay, putting the child safety seat in the back of the Crown. There are some pluses and benefits back here. One, it's a sedan, and I totally understand from daily driving a sedan myself why so many families with kids and car seats are going to SUVs. The top tether situation is just so much easier in an SUV than a sedan. We'll get to that in just a moment. But some of the pluses of this big sedan are, well, its size. We'll bring Tucker's car seat in a moment in its rear-facing format to show you just how much room is up here for the front passenger, and then we'll put it back here in the back. This is a very easy vehicle for him to get in and out of too, because it's basically a lifted car. Before we do bring it in though, I do want to call out that the lower latch points are covered by these removable plastic panels that for us, we just put in the center console for the 1 week that we've got a vehicle. But if you own the vehicle, I don't know how you don't lose those over the years that your kid would be in a car seat. I'm not quite sure what you do with them, but I do really like how much it frees up the lower latch points. Go ahead and bring in Tucker's forward-facing or rearward-facing in this moment car seat. This is a Graco Extend-A-Fit car seat, the same one that he rode in when he was rearward-facing. And as you can see, with my seat in the same position I was riding in, it is practically perfect in every way. But I am going to go ahead and move up here, move the seat forward just a skosh to free up a little bit more space back here for this car seat to settle in nicely. But as you can see, there is plenty of room back here. So I don't even really need to show you how much room is up front. It is just as much as I've been riding all day, less maybe half an inch or so. So yes, huge win for rear-facing car seats. If you've got a rear-facing kiddo, consider the Crown. Now, moving the seat into its forward-facing position to put it where Tucker's been riding most of the day, I'm gonna go ahead, lift that headrest, throw that top tether back there. You can worry about that in just a moment. Because of those plastic covers down here, the lower latch points are so easy to get to. And because, well, this is a lifted car, there's plenty of room in here, or easy enough entry to get in and out. And then this top tether situation is a little bit difficult getting in and around the headrest, but as far as getting in and tightening up, it'll probably be a two-handed operation. But for a car, I give this a solid A. This was very easy. He's still got plenty of room in here. Still plenty of room for me up front. Very roomy vehicle, very easy installation. I will note this seat back is 60-40 split, with the 60% being here on the passenger side. So we have the narrower 40% left with his car seat in place. That's a little bit of a miss. And then also, fold down center armrest does come down with the car seat in place, but it does kind of bump along the way and does the Toyota thing of flopping all the way to the seat. Other than that, I'd say this is a solid win. We also have air vents on the back of the center console, 2 USB ports, and heated seats on the outside here with a button on the door for easy access. Now, let's get back in here after we take a brief look at the trunk space. Before we go back to the trunk, I do want to show you, it doesn't even really look like this vehicle has a trunk because of the slope of the roofline. The Avalon it replaces, I've been calling Big Booty Judy compared to the sloping kind of fastback look of this Crown. We do have a button here to electronically open it, but you can see it's not spring-loaded. It's open, but you had to actually lift it yourself. When you do, you get a decent size for a car, 15.2 cubic feet of space back here, which is on par with the smaller Camry. The size of this vehicle really goes to passenger space on the inside. We've got this cargo net that does zip up and store nicely here. And if we look here, we've got this latch lever here, and you can lift up the false load floor. That is where your spare tire is, as well as the jack and all the tools you'll need. And you can clip that right here so you can get to it very easily. I do really like the size of the trunk, though the hinge mechanisms are not my favorite. They can come down and crush your stuff if you're not too careful. And then I was talking about the 60-40 split bench rear seat. You can fold it down from here, but just pulling it, now you've got to go around and pull that down. So not the best. And then we do have the vehicle battery back here in the back as well. So while this is a hybrid, while we do have a 5 amp hour hybrid battery, nickel metal hydride battery for motivation of this thing, the actual car battery is back here in the back. And like I said, 15.2 cubic feet of space. And since it's not a power trunk, we do get this nifty little handle so that you can very quickly pull it closed without getting the back of the truck dirty or getting any dirt and grime on your hands from the back of the vehicle itself. So now I guess that brings us to its driving characteristics. You've ridden in this, you're now driving it around. It is the HybridMAX powertrain.
I drove it before you did.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. You did take it out to go grocery shopping, but all Crowns are all-wheel drive. All are electronic all-wheel drive. So there's an electric motor back there in the back that is not connected up front. That gives you all-wheel drive. We are in the HybridMAX powertrain, which is more tuned for power than it is fuel economy. Not to say it's inefficient, but its main game is power with 340 horsepower. How does the pep feel to you driving it around?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed driving this car. Everything from how comfortable it is just sitting in the car, but then also driving it. I've really enjoyed. I feel like it fits me well.
Yeah. Have you noticed the engine cutting on and going off?
No.
Like
I
Any
haven't.
major?
And normally that's a thing with me that I really notice that, but I haven't noticed it at all. So explain it's a hybrid.
It is a hybrid, and it
Okay,
is
but it's not a plug-in.
correct.
Okay.
So this is their new HybridMAX powertrain option, which is a little bit different than the non-HybridMAX powertrains. You do have an electric motor back there on the rear wheels, powering the rear wheels, so there's no mechanical connection between the front and the rear. And on the HybridMAX, they sandwich an electric motor in between the engine and the transmission so that you always have motion, but there isn't like a dedicated EV mode like on the other non-hybrid max versions of this. But yeah, all that to say, it is fuel efficient and powerful. I can see we are getting 26.4 in our total city driving experience. So not bad for a big full-size sedan that has enough room that Tucker could turn around in that car seat or turn that car seat around and I'd still be comfortable up here. What do you?
So you said this is like the power train. Why would you get this model versus the other model
So
for everyday driving?
again, my parents just bought an Avalon because they wanted a V6. They knew 4-cylinder only on the Crown. My dad was dead set on getting a V6 for its power capabilities. And this is really the replacement of that V6, but still fuel efficient because it's a hybrid. So has plenty of get up and go. If you need to merge onto the highway or whatever, you can absolutely do that very quickly in this one. So this kind of fills that gap with the lack of a V6 while still being fuel efficient.
Okay.
Yep. What are your thoughts on visibility?
It's mostly good. I would say I feel like the back window is a little bit small.
Yeah.
But other than that, the side windows, there's some really big side windows and then even a little small one behind the side. So almost the whole side of the car is a window.
Yep.
So I like that. And then on top of that, the video cameras are really nice. To help. Yeah, full 360. It's very clear. It has a button that you can, isn't that a button to view it?
Yep.
That's really easy to, I mean, I really feel like this car is geared towards me.
It fits in our garage quite
it fits
well.
In our garage well. It's a nice size. I like cars.
Yes. More cars, please.
I do like cars.
Quit making cars.
But I like all of the buttons because I am not one that wants to sit and
dig through
a whole menu on the digital
Yep.
dial. So I like it. Yeah.
Yep. So
I found it easy to
fits
drive.
in our garage well. Plenty of trunk space. Plenty of space inside. Good visibility.
Seats are comfy.
Yep.
We've got 2-person memory seats, probably.
We've just had a little hiccup with it. Setting it up. We get so many of them, but yes. So that brings me to the window sticker if you have nothing else on your mind.
Did you say, I don't think you said what the range / gas mileage is. You said what we were getting, which is
Yes, I am attempting to find the window sticker right now. Somewhere in here, I have it saved. There it is. So it is EPA rated at 29 city, 32 highway, 30 combined. So again, 29 city, we're getting 26.4. So we're a little lower than what the EPA
But you've
is
had it
rating.
just like idling and stuff, right?
Yeah, we haven't really put a lot of miles on it. I will be reviewing this one myself later. We will have put more miles on it, so we'll see that a little bit further down the road. I can see we haven't driven it too much, but we have 307 miles of range left on the fuel tank right now. But yeah, any other thoughts, questions?
What charges it up? Just driving efficiently?
Just driving efficiently.
So I would
In fact,
probably
you've
do
got-
really well on that.
Yes, you would. You've got a digital readout right there in front of you. The battery's almost full. So as you come to a stop, that helps put power back into it. If it really needs it, the engine can come on and recharge that battery. But yes, driving efficiently helps put power back in that battery. Thoughts on the price? I will say this is the top trim of this model.
Okay, and it's a Toyota.
And it's the biggest car that they offer.
Can I help you?
Oh, oops. Sorry. Okay. 53.
Oh, very close. 54,654.
All right.
So, how does that fit with your view of this car? Does it make it worse, better? It's right what you were
It's
expecting?
right around what I was expecting it to be. I think it's definitely worth it in the fact that you're going to get, which you said there are some lower power trains, right? Like, you know, and I'm assuming those would be cheaper.
Yes. I've already tested the base XLE trim of this. There's also a limited trim and then the platinum trim that we are in. So there are two trims underneath this with different engine choices. If you're watching this on YouTube, I will link the XLE video that I did from earlier this year, late last year.
Yeah, I think you're definitely going to be getting a value out of this car with it being a hybrid and the top trim. It definitely feels like a luxury vehicle. And then, of course, Toyota has the reputation of reliability, being able to drive basically the wheels off of it.
Yes.
So it's a car that you'll have for a long time. And then it's also efficient with the hybrid.
I am scheming to get my naysayer dad behind the wheel of this because, as I mentioned earlier, he bought a pre-owned Avalon after they had already ceased production because he knew that there were no V6 options here in the Crown. I'm itching to get him behind the wheel to see if perhaps this vehicle changes his mind. I will link that video when it goes live. But if you want to know more from Holly, see some behind the scenes stuff from her, you can find her on Facebook and Instagram at Female Consumer. You can find all things GT Garage Talk at GT Garage Talk, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, again, at GT Garage Talk. Or you can go to gtgaragetalk.com, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you are notified every time a new video drops. And as for us, in the top trim platinum version of the Toyota Crown, until next time, gearheads.
Bye.
Everybody ready?
I'm ready. I'm not ready. Okay, I'm ready.
Is it a spoiler alert if you like all of them?
Yeah, it's a spoiler alert, all right.
What are your thoughts on the car, T-Man?
What do I want to ask again?
What are your thoughts on it being a little bit higher? Has it been easier to get in and out of?
Yeah.
Than a typical car?
Yeah.
Ooh, hey. Punch it, Margaret.
Margaret? What is that?
I don't know. It's something we always said as kids.
Okay.
My palms used to sweat when I had to get on the highway. Now with my Camry V6, I just punch. Yeah! Punch it, Margaret!
My Toyota, I love it.
The 1989 Toyota Camry V6. 24 valves, 153 horsepower to please even the toughest customers.
We just fell in love with life in the fast lane.
My Toyota, who could ask for anything more?
Had to ask my parents tomorrow.
Yeah.